Woohoo! We made it! Welcome to Adventures with Heknbak. If you're just joining us, first of all, thank you. Let me catch you up. We've been driving west from Indiana to Mount Rainier in order to attend a wedding. The bride and groom asked him to officiate, and we couldn't be more honored. They also asked us to transport the wedding dress instead of taking it on the plane. So we have some precious cargo on board. As Tim likes to say,
Heknbak hauling, when it absolutely, positively has to get there sometime.
it has taken us 10 days and over 3,000 miles to get here. We've seen so many interesting and beautiful places along the way. We've also discovered some areas that we'd like to return to and explore more, so future trips are definitely on the horizon. We've been bitten by the bug. We didn't have a lot of opportunity on this trip so far to really get off-road and explore, but we definitely want to do some more of that. This was the first time we've taken an extended trip like this, and I have to admit I was feeling a little homesick at this point. So I was glad family would be arriving tomorrow. We had arrived at our Airbnb rental the night before. Today I had to work for part of the day, but later this afternoon and tomorrow morning we would be doing some exploring before our family arrived. We couldn't have imagined what the next day would bring, and we definitely weren't prepared. But I guess no one ever is.
How we doing?
Good.
Good. Do we need to map it all today?
Yes, please.
All right.
Thank you.
We're all set. Take care now.
You too.
We came in through the Nisqually Entrance and headed up towards Longmire because that was one of the places they were considering for the ceremony.
So it looks like at Longmire, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like there's an information center, National Park Inn, the museum.
The area is named in honor of James Longmire, who founded it as a resort in 1883. Then in 1899, Mount Rainier National Park was established, and it's now considered the Longmire Historic District. We stopped and looked around, and of course I didn't take any pictures, but here's a drive-by on our way out. We hiked a trail across from the Longmire area, which is where the ceremony ended up being. There's also a cool bridge out behind it where they ended up taking some photos as well. In the national park, there's basically one road that goes all the way through and comes out at a different entrance. Even though it was into the first week of June, a good portion of the road was still closed. We were able to drive up as far as Paradise, take a look around, and then we had to turn around and drive back. Even though we couldn't drive all the way through, there were still lots of beautiful things to see. This is Paradise, and it was the end of the road. The visitor center was closed, and so was the inn, I believe. But you can see there are a lot of people snowshoeing, and there was still a lot of snow.
The visitor center's beautiful. Look at that view.
Rainier has quite a few year-round waterfalls, but in the spring there are so many pop-up waterfalls, you see them everywhere you drive. How many can you spot in the next couple clips? There are so many waterfalls that Tim started categorizing them: water bubblers, tricklers, tumblers, gushers.
So it is interesting comparing here and Yellowstone, like same kind of roads, like the roads are very similar, and like, but you know, the trees are different, and like waterfalls and everything, there is differences. Walking next half mile. Oh, because we're at these falls now.
On our way driving up, we had stopped to take some pictures at these falls. These are Christine Falls.
Waterfall since it comes out of a culvert.
Yeah, does that count? But it is falling out of a culvert. Yeah, there could probably be some beautiful hikes in here.
I prefer walks.
Yeah. Well, there could be some beautiful walks too.
Hike sounds strenuous.
What's the difference between a hike and walk?
I think a walk is shorter than a hike.
Oh. Doesn't have to do with terrain.
Because you can hike the same kind of terrain as a walk. Hikes are usually longer.
So would we do that loop, shadow loop? Was that a walk or a hike?
That was a walk.
Oh, okay.
It was under a mile, so that'd be considered a walk.
Is that the cutoff? Anything over a mile?
No. You'll have to ask Google.
Okay. I think it's the terrain.
Could be if you're carrying anything too.
Yeah, that's true. If you're carrying a
considered a hike.
Day pack and water.
We made our way back out the Nisqually Entrance. Nisqually is the name of the river that runs through this part of the park, but it's also one of the Native American tribes indigenous to this area. The associated tribes of Mount Rainier include several groups, and Mount Rainier is acknowledged as their ancestral homeland. When the road through the national park is closed, there are two ways to get back to Packwood from here. Both of them take about an hour. One is 34 miles, which is a curvy forest road with lots of twists and turns. The other is to stay on main roads, twice as long, 64 miles, but takes about the same time. We decided to take the curvy forest road, of course. And we stopped to take a few more waterfall pictures along the way. The next day, we decided to head out bright and early to do a little bit more exploring. The bride and groom and the rest of the family were scheduled to arrive late afternoon, so we thought we would take the morning and check out the other side of Mount Rainier. Today we entered through the Stevens Canyon entrance. The road was actually closed right after the entrance, but there were a couple trails and a beautiful river that we could explore. The color of the water here was so amazing. After our little hike, we went back out the entrance and drove up towards Mather Memorial Parkway, which is near the Crystal Peak ski area. On our way back down, we stopped for a few more pictures.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me, standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this.
This is the intersection of 123, which takes you back to Packwood, and 410, which takes you to Yakima. 410 is still closed due to snow.
Drowning in the sea, there's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices waiting to be made. Too many choices making me afraid. Dreams are not the same for me, standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore. The dreams are not the same for me, standing by the shore.
We had taken some video of this waterfall on our way up.
The open sea cannot take this anymore. Sad.
We call that one window washer.
Window washer.
Shade of blue.
As we headed out back towards Packwood, we went past the turnoff for the hike we had taken earlier, and then we did pull into the Ohanapecosh campground so we could check that out. I'll probably post another video about that later. So then we left the park through the same entrance we had come in and decided to explore a few of the forest roads before heading back to Packwood.
That a little ways. See where it goes.
Sure.
Oop, I see a sign up ahead. We have some debris. Wildfire fires destroy green forests.
Some windows too.
by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore.
Oh. Divide now.
Up or down?
I say go down, maybe. This may take us, like in a roundabout loop, possibly back to 12. Looks like could, maybe.
Heknbak says down. Or it could just go over here and stop.
It could. That's definitely
Or be
a
stopped.
possibility. I don't think we want to drive under the tree.
Yeah.
We could, but I don't think it's a good idea. Scratch stuff up.
While you're
Go back out and go across back to that other one that looked like it went down by the river. See if that is where it goes.
the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore.
Somebody down here in a van, a white van, with no windows.
Windowless white van.
Pretty much the end. Well, I mean, you could keep going up.
We turned around and headed back out to the main road. It was a little afternoon, so we decided to go back to our rental, have some lunch, and wait for the wedding party. While we were waiting, we received a call no one ever wants to get. Our dear friend had taken her life the night before. We were devastated. Of course, we were sad, angry. We didn't understand how she could have done this. But maybe worse, we felt guilty. We questioned how we didn't know, how we weren't aware. We had had dinner with her the night before we left for our trip. We knew there was a lot she was dealing with, but we never imagined that she was in that frame of mind. That's probably one of the toughest things about suicide, is those who are left behind have so many questions and so many feelings of anger, guilt, and of course, sadness. When I started making this video, I didn't realize that this is National Suicide Awareness Month. Tim brought it up as we were discussing the video. That's quite a coincidence. We're trying to move forward and focus on the joy that Mary brought to our lives. But it's tough. We can't talk about her without thinking about the pain that she must have been in, and again, questioning how we didn't know. Hopefully, over time, the pain will recede and we can focus on the positive memories. Mary loved her friends and family so much. Even if she was mad at you, she would defend you ferociously. She was beautiful and funny. Funny in a snarky, sarcastic kind of way. No one else had a sense of humor like her. And these are the memories we want to hold on to. As for us, though, we were 3,000 miles from home and we still had a wedding tomorrow. One of the amazing things about being human is that we can experience such joy and such sorrow at the same time.